And talent does not always mean that. It could mean that they think that they are entitled and you're lucky to have me. And it does not serve the customer relationship approach.
True. I agree. Yeah. Your belief system it starts with you, right?
Right.
So adopting that belief in yourself and your abilities and your capabilities and get rid of the negative self-talk. That's
Yeah.
if we could drop that, if I could come up with a B for that. But strengthening your belief in yourself and if you're talented and you care, that's a win-win,
Well,
right?
I'm gonna correct you for once on
Oh,
the
what?
air. And by the way, I want you to correct me all the time on the air because it means that we're actually being real.
Okay.
Not if you're talented, but
Oh,
because you're talented.
because you're talented. Okay. Wow, that was a good coaching
No,
moment.
no,
Thank
but
you.
it was actually because you always do that for me, and I want to tell you what you did for me today. I went to an event where I did my normal thing. I said, "Hey, you're a smiler. You bring smiles to the world. I want you to hold this card." And they said, "I have to hold this card. I'm supposed to hold the card." I go, "No, you get to."
Yeah.
Yes.
Yay! Somebody's paying attention. Good job. Thank you.
And by the way, you gave me that compliment, so it's true. And here's the deal: when you're working with talented people, how can you be the easiest person to work with so they can actually shine?
Hmm.
And that's the good attitude.
Yeah.
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 So, any other B's we want to say today? I mean, it's
In
like
that place of peace, a place of calm, and where I say, when you can get there, that's when divine inspiration goes into hyper gear. That's when all of a sudden you get these really cool, inspired thoughts. You can't think clearly when you're freaking out.
nope. And number three, I don't know if this is a fair question because this is a pretty high level, but what is the chemical to welcome to seize the day with a smile or smile and shine or seize and smile? That could be incorporated as sneeze and smile.
Could be sneeze.
After our first show, people were like, they can't do a better show. They cannot keep coming back at this level. So,
And look, here we are.
and I see the fire in the sky.
So much fire. And then I have like my own little halo. You've got a halo. We look very smart.
Yes, we do. So today is our second day, and we're going to do a lot of shows to actually wake up the world that seizing the day with a smile is the way to go. And also, you have an event that's creating a movement.
I do. February 26th. I believe that's a Thursday. It is Carpe Diem Day, National Carpe Diem Day. Super, super excited to hear. How many speakers do we have? 144?
140 is exactly the number we're going to take. 142 may be the amount we jump up to a little bit. Just
Oh, all
big up.
right. Now we're playing big, but
Well,
yeah.
there are
I,
144, but you're one and two. You're
Oh,
the
I
opener
don't
of
count.
both.
Or I do count. Okay. So yeah, I'm excited to hear what people's version of what Seize the Day means to them. That personal level of, you know, for me, it's waking up and making that decision, the choice to do something big with my life. Change, go from ordinary to extraordinary. That's Seize the Day.
Well, I want to applaud you because the word movement, from the standpoint of creating a human movement, is an outrageous attempt at waking the world up, and uh, it actually causes me to say, "Wow, I'm all in. I'm all in," because the world can be better when people create a movement that inspires, creates hope, creates positivity, and most importantly, creates new habits. So we start off with drop alcohol and add
Adaptogens,
adaptogens.
the 25-cent word.
Yeah,
I love it.
at least. So today is a double. We're going to go double with bees, right?
Right. Double B.
All right. So beliefs are good if they're positive,
Correct.
and bad habits are not so good.
Correct.
What's the other ones?
Well, when you hold your breath, you don't breathe. That's
Right.
that's not good. So yeah, I think dropping bad habits, drop it like a bad habit. You have
Well,
to
it's
decide.
actually it's two. It's bad attitudes and bad habits.
Bad attitudes, yeah, that's your negative view on the world about yourself, and that will create your bad habits and your bad attitude. You have to look at what is your habit and why is it bad?
Mhm.
If it's not taking you in the direction of the vision that you have for your life, it's not serving you. It's a bad habit. It could be a good habit for somebody else, but if it's making you feel constrictive and not expansive, it's making you feel small when you're really big, it's a bad habit.
Yeah, I'll add that we need to go back to letter A for a second.
Okay.
So yesterday when we did the show, I would never say this word, but because B is telling me to say this word, I'm going to say apathy.
Apathy.
If you have apathy, you are actually embracing the fact that you don't care to live, you don't care to make a difference, you don't care almost about anything. It's a dangerous thought process.
100%. And I learned what that word meant. I'm going to say third or fourth grade, I had to do a paper. And I remember, I don't even know where it came across. And I looked it up and I'm like, this is my new word. And I felt so smart because I was, 9 throwing out apathy. But, I think that's where the beginning of my whole embodiment of Carpe Diem started when I
Hmm.
learned what apathy was. Carpe Diem's the polar opposite.
The polar opposite.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Well, that's because we are in a show together that makes sense.
That's right. That is right.
So, seize the day with a smile is about how are you taking on the day in a positive way to make the day productive and exciting for you? And apathy is such a crazy word because it is pushing you back to actually living. And I have witnessed people that say, I don't care. And I don't care is symbolic with apathy. And it's a very dangerous way to look at life. Like, think about you don't know somebody and they're hurting, and you go, I don't care.
Ooh,
Well, that's actually pretty normal, unfortunately, because if you're not connected to the person, you don't know the person to be cared about. But if you did care about that person and they're going through something, it could completely change your life. It obviously completely changed their life. It is a ripple effect. I have seen movies like The Covenant. What amazing movie! I know it's letter C, Covenant, but
yeah, that's tomorrow.
yeah. But what an amazing movie that this guy, a Muslim guy, carries this veteran because he believed him. He said, I'm doing this because I promised, I committed, and I care. And in the end, he frees his family, he frees himself of the tyranny of that country. And even that country might be wicked and evil, and there's good parts of it. And that's the part we miss when we don't care. We miss the fact we can care about one person that makes a difference.
Yeah, absolutely. You've got a lot of C's going there, Ken.
I do, and I can't wait for C because
I
C is.
know.
But here's a nonsense one. I care so much about apathy.
Okay.
And it's weird, but I care about it from a standpoint when someone says they're apathetic or they don't care. I want to shake them and say, but you don't know what you're actually not caring about. You're not caring about living. You're not caring about you because you could be the one someone else doesn't care about. So
Yeah.
it's a scary way to fall into the fact that you are not human.
Ooh, yeah. I think people say that because it's a lazy answer.
It is a lazy answer, and it doesn't depict who they really are. But what they're doing is they're living probably 10% of what they could live if they didn't allow that to be in their vocabulary or
Yeah.
in their thought process.
In a
And by the way,
thought.
that's the bad habits and bad attitudes.
Exactly.
So I know that yesterday when you talked, you were speaking so much I couldn't let you stop because you're so powerful.
Ooh.
But this particular thing about beliefs, since I've been an entrepreneur for 50 years at least, maybe 106, I will just say I will hire someone that has a good attitude over someone that has talent that quick.
Okay. I love
Because
that.
good attitude always means that they're willing to do whatever. And
Mhm.
talent does not always mean that. It could mean that they think that they are entitled and you're lucky to have me. And it does not serve the customer relationship approach.
True. I agree. Yeah. Your belief system it starts with you, right?
Right.
So adopting that belief in yourself and your abilities and your capabilities and get rid of the negative self-talk. That's if we could drop that, if I could come up with a B for that. But strengthening your belief in yourself and if you're talented and you care, that's a win-win,
Well, I'm
right?
gonna I'm gonna correct you for once on
Oh,
the
what?
air. And by the way, I want you to correct me all the time on the air because it means that we're actually being real.
Okay.
Not if you're talented, but
Oh,
because you're talented.
because you're talented. Okay. Wow, that was a good coaching
No,
moment.
no,
Thank
but it
you.
was actually because you always do that for me, and I want to tell you what you did for me today. I went to an event where I did my normal thing. I said, "Hey, you're a smiler. You bring smiles to the world. I want you to hold this card." And they said, "I have to hold this card. I'm supposed to hold the card." I go, "No, you get to."
Yeah.
Yes.
Yay! Somebody's paying attention. Good job.
Yeah, you really understand that the words you choose, acronym, a thon, or words you choose, how powerful they are, create your belief system.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the key word C for tomorrow. Choose. You choose your word, you choose your attitude for the day, you choose how you're going to lean in, right? And I think that the overall picture is moving from ordinary to extraordinary.
I had an interesting dialogue without my son there, but it was about my son. And it was, I got home from this event where I said, "You get to hold this card because I'm choosing you as a person that actually brings smiles to the world." And I got home and I saw the garbage can, like it normally is, next to the garage. And tomorrow's garage pickup day. I mean, garbage pickup day, not garage. They're not picking up garages. They're
Oh, good. That would be bad.
not. So, my friend, who I want you to meet sometime, his name is Dr. Stafford Sutton. I said, "I'm taking this garbage can out to the street." And I said, "I'm taking it out to the street because instead of going into the house and saying, 'Kenny, take out the garbage can,' I want to tell him, I saw the garbage can. I took it out because the initiative I could take to save you a trip." And that's the point of teaching initiative, is that you're teaching someone that you take it to, not that you delegate it.
Right. Oh, I like that. That's excellent leadership quality that you are exuding for your son. Good job,
Okay.
Dad.
Yeah.
Good job.
Well, I'm not doing it for the applause. I'm actually sharing about the bad attitude, good attitude. Is that my attitude was about, if I really want him to get it, I want to be it.
Okay. Ooh, that's if I want him to get it, I need to be it.
You know what? One of my favorite sayings, I think my mom might have given this to me, is, "The me I see is the me I'll be."
Mm,
So if you're a non-believer, a disbeliever, an apathetic person, that's what you see in the mirror, and so that's what you cause in your life, and that's what you attract. And geez, miserable in that context. But
yeah.
I've had DJs that have zero experience get like a $200 or $300 tip, which is unheard of, just so we're clear, back in the 90s,
Okay.
because they exuded, "I will do anything to make you happy." That I told them, "Just make the bride happy and you'll be successful." And they did it at such a high level, not kissing, but just authentically doing it. They got a $200, $300 tip, and they come back. And all of my veteran DJs like, "How did he do it?" I was like, attitude,
The attitude.
attitude.
Yeah. So we drop the bad attitude. We bring in the belief in yourself.
Yes.
Oh,
And actually, it's just a shift that it's funny that when someone says, "Man, that person has an attitude," it could be a good attitude.
exactly. I think you'd figure out by the way that you were saying, man, that person has an attitude. Or, wow, that person has an attitude. So
That's right. Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
call it tude. I'm in Southern California. We have tudes. We drop the whole atta.
Yeah. See, on the East Coast over here, we go, "Atta boy,
Atta.
atta girl." So, Beth, we are going to create quite a movement with this. And I say this because you wrote 7 books last year, 2025, 7 books.
Yeah. Seems like just a few days ago.
Yeah, it does. It does. But I marvel at the fact that my son, when he was age 8, he said, "Dad, if I write 4 more books, I'll have 10 books on my 10th birthday." And I had to think about, holy heck, I only have like 45 books. I have to do like 15 in the next 2 years to get my age. You did 7 books in 1 year. And by the way, I'll be very clear. My 15 books were to get books done. Your books are like
Oh, thank you.
pristine. I mean, any adult, any parent that buys a book, and I say adult from the standpoint, if you have a cousin, you have a godson, you have a goddaughter, and you buy these books, you're saying, "Seize the day with courage, seize the day with superpower, seize the day with leadership, seize the day with kindness, and most importantly, of course, seize the day with a
Yeah, with
smile."
a smile. Yeah, I really do. Thank you for bringing that up. I mean, very important books. I really, really firmly believe in that. For 9, 10-year-olds on up. I've had high school readers read it and go, wow, that was pretty cool. I've had adults read it and say, I actually learned something. So,
Well, I'm one of those adults that when I read it, I say, "Wow, that is good for everybody to read." It's not just for an adult to read to a kid, or a kid just to read by themselves. And um, you know, a lot of people that do a children's book, and Beth, I've never said this and I'm doing it on the air, but a lot of people that do children's book, they look at budget. And I just want to say, I applaud you for saying, I want this book to be the highest level, the highest standard, so that the message is heard at the highest level. And Sam, I mean, you want to just talk about Sam for just like 20, 30 seconds about how magnificent that guy is?
Sam is amazing. We connected right away. Sam Welty, just an amazing illustrator. And when we first started sketching out who they were, I saw the movie in that because I wrote the books, right? So I knew what they looked like, and I would just describe them. And he had the camera above him, and he was sketching it out, and I was just sitting there going, "Oh my God, that's exactly the bus driver. That is the grumpy bus driver. That is Marie, his sister. That." And it was just blowing my mind how he was creating these characters. And once we did book one, he just knew what to do and
Well, he
just
got
kept
you, he got
going.
your story, he got your mission, vision, your mission.
Yeah.
And this speaks to the point I'm making from the very beginning, which is if you want to be the best author, the best children's author, the best speaker, the best anything, who is your partner that's committed and talented enough to get you there? And Sam, he could charge 30,000 a book. He could. I mean, he's that good. He's that intuitive. He's a speaker. He does wall murals. I mean, the guy is unlimited on how creative and how big he can be. I've never met a children's author, I mean, a children's cartoonist or animator that can do a full mural on a 40-foot wall.
Yeah.
And it was the best time I've ever spent researching who would be the best match. And I'm telling you that from a standpoint, you're too big that I couldn't give you someone too big.
Oh, well.
It's
Yeah,
really
I
cool.
love Sam. He
Sam is the
we
best. Sam
we
is the
we
best.
we bonded. So
Yeah.
yeah, super excited.
You know,
I'm excited. Everybody needs to get these books.
you know what my selling point to Sam was?
What was that?
You're going to be the easiest person you ever work with.
Oh,
And,
thank
and 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 by the way, he gave me that compliment, so it's true. And here's the deal: when you're working with talented people, how can you be the easiest person to work with so they can actually shine?
you.
That's actually, and that's the good attitude.
Yeah.
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 So, any other B's we want to say today? On, I mean, it's like be powerful, be brave,
Great.
be inspirational.
Yes, and be you is
Mm,
is one of my favorite ones, but I really would love to throw in, you know, people get really stressed out this time of year. They've got a lot of goals. They've
mm,
got whatever going on. The world feels weird. Then if you could learn to align your breath
mm,
with with who you are and just to calm it down and I call it generating state. It kind of puts you in a space of okay, I've got this, and also tuned into your higher power. And
mm,
it's simply inhaling through your nose and breathing out slowly as if you're breathing through a straw. And you get to do that maybe before you meditate, or when you just got some horrible news, or you're sitting in traffic, or you're late, or whatever it is, and you notice that about yourself that you're feeling stressed out, you're feeling overwhelmed. Overwhelm rides on the same frequency as abundance, but we got to get there with the breath. And if you could
mm.
just take that moment and take that nice deep breath in through your nose, blow out through your mouth, blow through that straw, one time, 10 times, however many times it takes you, I guarantee you're going to feel better. You're going to get in tune with those strong belief you have about yourself. And so you can be you. Be you,
Well,
boo.
okay. Well, be the you. Yeah, that's the greatest one, isn't it? So my lighting's a little messed up, so I was trying to fix it real quick. But anyway, I want to say the hack to breathing. I'm not saying that breathing is not important because it's massively important, but I
Pretty
want,
important.
but I no, it's massively important. I don't want to discount it, but I want to say if you can't breathe in the science of breathing to be powerful, be gratitude, because be gratitude allows you to just get calm and to focus on what you have that you're blessed to have. Now, going back to breathing, though, I don't want to discount that. How would one, can you give an exercise real quick that would be symbolic of maybe a minute or 2 minutes, or how many minutes you think someone should do to actually be peace?
Well, that one I just gave you is peace.
Yeah. So
I think
can you do it? Can you do it though? Can you show how it'd be done?
inhale through your nose.
No, but let's do it. Let's do it. Is it
All
two
right.
count? Is it four count? What is the count? That's my
Oh, so there really isn't a count. It's until you feel your lungs full. I think if
okay.
you there's box breathing.
Mhm.
What I love to do, so let's say we inhale for a count of five, we hold it for five, and then you exhale for a count of five, and then you pause for five.
So tell you what, can we do it three times so that anyone listening could try it just so they could actually get that it's
Absolutely.
easy? Okay. I'm
Let's do it.
here.
Ready? So we
Go.
inhale, holding, blow out through your mouth, blow through that straw, five counts. Four, three, two, one, hold for five, three, four, five. Inhale again through your nose. Two, three, four, five. We're holding. Five, four, three, two, one. Exhale slowly through that straw. Five, four, three, two, one. Pause. Two, three, four, five. And one more time. Inhale slowly through your nose. Two, three, four, five. Holding. One, two, three, four, five. Slow exhale through that straw. Five, four, three, two, one. Pause. Two, three, four, five.
Okay. So three questions. Question one is how many times could or should someone do it?
I would say really ideally 3 to 10 times. It kind of depends on what's going on and where you are. You might know I'm a cold plunger. This
Yes,
is
I
how
do.
I make the time go by. And it takes me out of, oh my God, I'm freezing to death to, I got this. And now I'm just only thinking. And I think it's really great when things are stressful. All you're thinking about is counting to five. Uh,
Question two.
so
When you're
yeah,
ready.
there's no limit. I think more than one. So 3 to 10 is
Three to-
always good.
Okay. So question two is what is happening physiologically in
You're
this?
getting you're getting out of fight or flight, and you're getting in touch with the parasympathetic nervous system, that little thing in the back of your neck, and you're getting the lungs a nice workout, but you're getting in that place of peace, of place of calm. And where I say, when you can get there, that's when divine inspiration goes into hyper gear. That's when all of a sudden you get these really cool, inspired thoughts. You can't think clearly when you're freaking out.
Nope. And number three, I don't know if this is a fair question because this is a pretty high level, but what is the chemical aspects or anything more you can take at a higher level for people to understand what's happening inside their body chemically?
I really couldn't tell you other than hyperoxygenating your cells,
Mhm.
and there is a change, a shift in your pH of your blood,
So
which
can I
is a wonderful
interject
thing.
that it's a health infusion instead of a cortisol or a stress infusion of your cellular level? Is that accurate
Oh,
enough?
I think it's you definitely lowering your cortisol,
Yeah.
which, cortisol isn't bad. Especially people over 50. I don't know any of those people, but there might be people out there that are over 50 that have an
I wish
increase.
I knew someone over 50.
So, right? But and that's where you store the belly fat when you have a high cortisol, but then we don't want to get rid of it completely because we need it for regulating our hormones. So,
I think
but
I think tomorrow's going to be huge because we're going to be talking about caring for cortisol.
see, right?
Beth, you're awesome.
How are you, Ken?
So seize the day, February 26th. You have
Yes.
140 spots. I'm getting a listening that sometimes people have, which is, oh, this is something I can do. But what I want people to hear is it's something I can give.
Ooh.
So I can give how I seize the day, but more importantly, I can give someone I was inspired by. And I'm really getting how much someone is moved when I had someone today tell me, I've been studying you since 2012. And what I've created now is because of what I've watched in you. And it was kind of hard for me to receive, actually, to be honest with you. But my point is, it meant so much. I really got living big and sharing. You will transform and inspire lives, and it will move the planet in a good way. It always will. So if you have one person that cares about you, they will change their trajectory massively. Just one person. So when you have that one person that cares about you, let them know. Let them know that's a belief in them, and that's a belief that they gave in you.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah. So tomorrow will be the big letter C. If you would like to sign up, please reach out to Beth Robbins or Dr. Smiley, and please let us know you want to be reserved. We are going to be dropping the link so you can sign up. And I have had this happen, Beth, where we did the International Smile-a-thon. In 3 days, we had 130 speakers. It was done. It was all gone. So
Wow.
seize the
Uh-oh.
day. Please let us know why you deserve this spot, why you can make a difference with this spot, why you are a seize the day leader and motivator. So,
Yeah, let's do it.
so Beth, thank you for doing those very powerful books for kids and adults. And I'm just so excited about how big this day is going to be on February 26th.
Me too. Thank you, Ken.